Hi guys, welcome to the weekly Facebook Live. I'm Jen Burson. I'm founder and president of Generation PR and the creator of the profitable PR Pros community, now Powerhouse Pros community. You might be watching there. Let me know who is here with me. And when you're watching the replay, say hi, tag me. I want to make sure I know that you're here. Welcome, welcome. Just getting all set up here. Let's talk about following our dreams today, shall we? Just, mild topic here about following our dreams and taking over our businesses in that leadership mindset. We are the face, typically the face of the business when we are running our own agencies. We are the ones clients are talking to, stepping into that leadership role. Hi guys, I see you on here now. So tell me who's here. Say hello. Just giving a second to sometimes I like to know how long the delay is. Now it seems longer than normal. Hi, Nicola. Okay, cool. Welcome. How are you? How's it going? How are things in Dubai? Hi, Lily. Nice to see you. Welcome. Okay, let's just dive in because we want to talk about fully embracing your leadership potential. Hello, Serena. Love this topic. Love this topic for us. I love this for us. We are talking about how business picks up, things are growing, there's things that happen in your business when it comes to clients, when it comes to building a team. Doing great. So today we're going to talk about being a fearless leader in your business, stepping into your leadership role. And I'm going to share with you 8 game-changing tips for fully stepping into your role as the leader of your business. Hello, welcome everybody. And then I mentioned this last week, but it's so incredibly important that we pay attention to our inner knowing, that gut feeling. Actually, it wasn't last week. Let me explain where I mentioned that. Inside of our membership, the Pitch Lab, several of you on here are members. We have been shifting to a voice memo Q&A format so that everybody can get their questions answered, and we're building a library of questions with responses. And one of the questions that came up that I just answered was around not even an RFP process, but a proposal process. So RFP implies more of a formal vetting process. And the person had an opportunity that was perfectly aligned with what she wants to do, really exciting opportunity with a celebrity involved, with a potential client that aligned perfectly with her niche, and the budget was super enticing. And the company that reached out to her, I asked the question, I'm not sure, but I don't believe there was a personal connection, and they were not willing to let her present her strategy. They asked for the strategy, and she said, I would like to have a follow-up call to walk you through it. And they basically said, we'll follow up with you if we have questions. So they asked her to give, and the budget was so good and the opportunity was so aligned that she was like, I really want this. But she said it kind of felt ick. And I think a lot of times in our businesses, we want something so badly to work out that we ignore those ignore those gut hits, those gut moments where your body is telling you something's not right here. And I've been in this almost 20 years. I will say that if you have great ideas and you put it together in a strategy, there's a likelihood, unless you get an NDA in place, and an NDA says they will not take your ideas, they're likely not to take it at that stage. But if you give away your strategy before you are retained and you give it for free in this kind of like proposal phase where they ask for a strategy, you're putting a $0 price tag on your ideas. You're telling that client that these are just free ideas. They could be exceptional, and certainly they shouldn't be free, but why are they going to value them when you've just given it to them for $0? And there's a pretty high likelihood that anybody they hire, they'll just tell them these ideas and say, can you implement this for us? Or even worse, they might just not hire anyone and implement them in-house. And I've seen all of the above happen. And so I know there's this pull to ignore your gut knowing, that feeling of like something doesn't feel right because you want it so badly to work out. So this is a big part of being the leader of your business. You know, we're going to talk about all of these things that you have to kind of pay attention to, lean into, not ignore the instincts that are inside you. We all have them. And that is how we're going to lean into being a leader. As you step into this role, your business starts to grow. You know, we're ramping up the business. It's oftentimes easy to lose sight of that original vision. Sometimes we're in this reactive mode and it's like the business is growing in a way we didn't anticipate. Anybody who is watching on the Powerhouse Pros page, like the Facebook user that just said hello, I can't see the name. So let me know who that is. And if you leave a comment, just leave your name after so I know it's you, because oftentimes we get quite a few people and then I don't know who it is. And I love to know who's here. And just, I want to thank you again so deeply from the bottom of my heart for being here. And so many of you, you know, Nicola, Lily, Serena, Amy has come back often, which I love to see. And whomever this Facebook user is, it could be Lauren, it could be Chrissy. There's quite a few that go that route. It could be Nelson. I am so grateful that you show up here every single week. And I'm also so grateful that you're committed to a growth mindset, that you're here because you want to improve your skills. You want to be checked into your business, and you might, you know, learn one thing during this, you know, 45 minutes, half hour. Oh, hi, Stephanie. Hi. Welcome. Thank you for letting me know. But, you know, maybe you don't learn anything. You're like, I already know all of this. That's helpful too. That gives you that reassurance that you're on the right path, that you are, you know, doing things that you set out to do. And, you know, you're like, Jen just went through this whole thing about being the leader of my business, and I'm doing that stuff. So you could be like, go me. But either way, you are here because you're committed to being the best version of yourself in your business, the best version of yourself in your life. And one of the things that I wanted to mention also is we are doing really incredible, in-depth, and sort of never been done in our community before. This masterclass on how to break free from burnout. I have been told by so many members of our community in both our, you know, paid programs and just on social, people connecting with me asking like, how do I deal with this? How do I get through this? And there are so many benefits to being on that other side of identifying that you have burnout and like running towards solutions and getting on the other side of that so that you can feel energized and passionate about your work again. That comes through in your leadership style. It comes through in how you connect with clients, how you lead your team, how you build your team, how you execute the work that you're doing for your clients. When you're burnt out, and let me just summarize that word as burnout, but it could mean so many things. And when I say that word to you, I would love for you to put in the comments what feeling that conjures for you. I think that it means joyless in your life, like things that gave you pleasure, you know, going for a walk, hanging out with friends, even the idea of going out and hanging out with friends or planning a trip, going on a trip, even something as simple as like being outside walking the dog, that joyless feeling. It's like you're going through the motions. Maybe you're not depressed or you're not super down. You just don't have that spark. So it's flat, joyless, lacking the spark, lacking the passion that you once had for your business and kind of questioning everything, right? Oh, it's such a hard feeling. It's so hard. And I'm here to tell you, first and foremost, you're not alone. I would love to hear from you guys who are here. What does that burnout mean to you? You know, exhausted, tired, lacking motivation, losing interest, feeling like when you get an email or a call from a client, that feeling of like, ugh, I have to deal with this now, right? All of those are signs and feelings of burnout. So I'm just going to use burnout as like a summary for that overall feeling. And I'm here to say that there is a way out of it, identifying it, working past it. And the feeling on the other side of it is worth the effort it takes to get there and worth not giving up. It's worth not giving up on your dream, on your passion. And let me know too if you're not responding. Either you're not paying attention to me, which is totally fine, or is there a reason that you're not responding? Is it hard to think about that in your own life and your business? Are you, if there is like a feeling of shame because you feel like you're the only one that feels this way? Um, Oh, wow. Lily saying in Europe, burnout and stress is given so much attention and support from workplaces, and it is legitimized. And I'm so glad you're bringing this real issue up. And Lily, kind of, you split your time, right? So you're half the year here in the US and half in Amsterdam. I'm trying to think of where you are. Tell me. I'm trying to remember. I always like try to picture it on a map, like I implanted in my brain. You are somewhere in the Netherlands. Like, tell me. But yeah, it's something that I think half and half. So I see both perspectives. It's something that I think in American culture, we're like hustle, grind, work harder, like badge of honor. And when people say, how are you doing? And you're like, I'm so busy. Netherlands. Yes. Also, please note like how incredibly cool this international community is and how awesome it is that we are all brought together by Facebook, but I'm grateful that we're able to connect in this way. And I would love to connect on this burnout masterclass we're doing. I'm wondering if maybe the title isn't right. I don't want to focus on the negative. I want to show you that on the other side of this, there are strategies, there's processes, there's ways we can implement change so that you get on the other side of it and you reinvigorate that passion, that excitement for the work you're doing, the impact you're making. And you don't feel like you're just grinding away. You know, I don't think hustle culture is beneficial to anyone. I don't want to work harder. I wouldn't call it burnout, but I went through a rough patch with no sales before summer, but tuning into these live sessions helped me a ton to stay motivated. Thank you for that. And Serena, yeah, I know. And Serena, I'm really just always so in awe of you showing up and opening up and being vulnerable. Serena's in our Powerhouse Plus program coaching. We get on and we talk about everything, and there's a lot going on. And she's also international from me. She's in Toronto, so it's pretty universal, this feeling. And I say, Nicola, you know, maybe you wouldn't call it burnout, that feeling of like trying to sell, not getting leads, feeling like you're running in place, feeling like you're not making any headway, and frustrated. That, I think, falls under that umbrella. You know, I think that word means different things to different people. So all of this to say that A, you're not alone, and B, we're hearing it from so many members of our community that we decided to put together a comprehensive approach where we are going to walk you through frameworks to get on the other side of it, identify, implement simple things in your business and your life to energize yourself again, find that passion and that excitement, enthusiasm that you have for your business and as the leader of your company is like a magnet. I swear, like when you're in that space, you start to draw in more of the positive things that you're looking for in your company. And I know when you're kind of in that place where you're a little down, things are hard, stressed out, it just feels flat. Um, uh, mm, I've got this comment here. Stephanie, I'm assuming that's still you. I'm frustrated by getting ghosted by potential clients. They approach me and then poof, they're gone. Raise your hand if this has ever happened to you and if it's happening more frequently than it used to. I don't know why this is, but I look at it, Stephanie, let's have like a little shift. I look at it like, thank God they saved me the burden. Nicola, the ghosting is horrible. Serena's like all the time. I look at it like they saved me the horror of working with them by showing me who they really are in this period before I'm on the hook, before I'm tracking them down, I'm chasing them down. They're not supporting me. They're not paying their bills. If they're going to ghost you during the courting process, you know how hard it's going to be for you to get money from them? If they're the kind of client that just thinks ghosting is okay, it's really hard. They don't care. They don't value your time. They don't value the value you bring to the table. And so if you enter into a relationship with those clients, they will continue that bad behavior. Yeah. So I look at it like, whoo, dodged a bullet. And oftentimes there are red flags. And I'm not saying it can't work out. I actually had a client that totally ghosted us, like for, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 months. We kind of saw what agency they picked. And we saw the agency post one press hit right at the beginning and then 6 months of nothing. We were sort of like, is anything going on with this? And then they came back and they're like, we're ready to get started. And it was 8 months later. And I had quoted them a really high rate. It was squarely aligned with our niche. It was a beauty, hair care, all natural, like skincare, internationally available brand. Good sales, low price point, high ratings on Amazon for the affiliate piece. We ended up working with them, and it was awesome, like super awesome. Until it wasn't. This is the client that was like, wow, one PR firm is great. Let's see how great 2 PR firms can be. Do you guys remember that? I know Serena will. And they hired another firm and like didn't tell us until we read in like a newsletter, that this company is now representing this brand. And we were like, what? Huh? And reached out to them because we had a relationship and they're like, yeah, we didn't know you were representing. And our contact was like, yeah, you guys will just, we'll have twice the PR. And we're like, that's not how it works. So a couple things happened. We tried to make it work by splitting the product range. That was a nightmare. We did it for a month and we're like, peace, we're so out of here. This was after a couple years. So I have an amazing case study. They paid, it was great. The other thing we did for anyone who's in the agency accelerator or thinking about it is, of course, real life situation happens. We have a result that ends up in our agreement. So we changed our retainer agreement that sits inside. It's a template for you to use to protect you against this BS. And we added a line that you are the sole agency of record for whatever. It could be North America. It could be, beauty PR. If they want someone to do business PR or something, more like founder story or whatever. Mazel, we say mazel tov. Good luck to you. Go do that thing. But we are going to just be the agency of record. And if you hire someone else, you're in breach of contract. So that's in the contract now. So anytime something happens in the real world where we're like, didn't expect that to happen, guess we have to protect against it, it goes in our agreement, and that's the resource inside, just one of the many inside the agency accelerator. Anyway, so yes, they can come back and it could work out, but that was my real life example. I always look at it like it's not me, I did nothing wrong, and in fact, I dodged a bullet, so thank God, right? This would have been a nightmare. But that's one of those leadership mindsets you have to step into and say, you know what, as hard as it is, as sad as I am, it didn't work out. At least I didn't go down that path and frustrate my team or get myself into a situation where I'm paying the team and this client isn't paying me, and now I'm freaking out. So we're going to talk about fully stepping into your leadership role, taking charge of your agency, being intentional about growing your business. So I'm sharing 8 of my best tips for taking on that role as the CEO, the leader, the founder of your company with strength, with confidence, so you can grow and scale your agency, the agency you dreamed of, and one that serves you in a positive way in your life and doesn't just drain you and suck the life out of you. Because when you're in burnout, that's how your business feels. Am I right? Like, I wish I could give myself a heart because I have been there. Yeah, I've been there. So here's how to fully step into your leadership role and take control of your business growth. And I just ask you guys, if I say something that remotely resonates, you've got hearts, you've got thumbs up, engagement helps. I do want this to help more people, and the more engagement we get on the lives, the more people see it. You know how it goes. So if I say something and you're like, yes, give me a heart, a thumbs up. Thank you. I see someone did that. I appreciate that. So number 1, let yourself be the expert. I say this all the time. We always want to make our clients happy, but they're not always right. They can come up with an idea of what they think they need. This could even be in the courting process where they're like, I need a monthly press release, or I want you to send out boxes to influencers and then tell them what we expect from them, and for posting, and give them requirements to post, and you're like, for your $10 like hairspray, that's not how it works. They might think they have an idea of what they need or how things work, but when it comes down to it, the efforts those things are probably going to lead them in the wrong direction. It's going to take them farther away from their goals. I think the word is further away from their goals. So if you're listening to a prospective client or a current client, even to what they want, what their wishes are, what they think they need, and you start hearing alarm bells, don't ignore them. Again, when those instincts kick, you want to be the one to be like, something's going on here. You want to take it as a sign to model your expertise, show your potential client what you can truly do for them, that you know how things work. You know that the goals that they have, the outcomes and objectives that they're seeking are not going to be met by that approach that they're proposing. So instead of just being like, nodding along with your prospective client, explain why that approach isn't the best plan for the brand. I mean, you can always say it in a positive way, showing, walk them through what you'd actually do, not giving away the full strategy. Give them enough guidance and expert knowledge to show that you know your stuff, to show that they can trust you, and step into your authority and give them that expert input. And this is what I love doing on the discovery call. I'm sure you're all doing this, but lean into it even more. Establish your expertise in how things work. It's a big topic of discussion with a new brand if they're not active on any sort of an affiliate platform or one of the top, like Amazon or Target or Walmart. If they're not active with good reviews on these platforms, I'm going to tell them how that could negatively impact their PR results. And We have a long conversation about it. I'm not giving away strategy. I'm telling them how it works and what they need to have in place in order to be effective. Um, and I think that starts to build and establish that trust and that authority during that phase of the, like the negotiation. You're showing them like, I know my stuff and this is what is really working right now. You want to leave that call and leave them knowing that you are already looking out for them. You're already leading them with your expert authority, your industry insight, and they would be in good hands if they decided to go with you. So I love this one. I love that we put it first. Be the expert you are. Trust that you know better than your clients do, and communicate in a respectful way. Make it positive, like, oh, you know what we have found that is really impactful to achieve that goal that you have is this other approach. You're not telling them the how, you're letting them know that you know how to get them to that goal. So lead with your authority. And number two, don't be afraid to say no. Everything you do in your business builds momentum, and each client that you take on helps grow that expertise, establishes your authority in that niche. um, hello. Ooh, I saw you sent pictures, but I haven't been able to look at them. I love an auto show. Love. We're like huge car family here. Big car family. My dad is a car broker and has been into cars his entire life. Like, we're a big car family. So love the auto show. And admittedly, I haven't been in years, but we used to go when I was a kid, and my dad, because he sells cars, we would get like access to like the Mercedes lounge, and they would give cookies. And as a kid, they would have this like thing set up with the VIP area, and you could like look down on it, and like see everyone. It was awesome. And we would get like tickets to do all kinds of stuff car related. My dad's like a mega car guy, so loved the car show. Awesome. Congrats. Who were you there for, Nelson? What, I didn't get to see the pictures yet, like I said, but I'd love to see. Are you representing a client? Like, which brand? What are you doing on the way home? Okay, be safe. I know you're on the subway. And I would imagine Serena is tucked away cozy inside too. We hope. She's also in Toronto. Okay, we're saying no. Just say no, right? Nancy Reagan. Oh, that was dare. And just say no. Yeah, the whole thing. Who of you are like part of that dare era? And I was like, if I, even be, if I'm in the same room as somebody smoking marijuana and I get like a contact high, I'm going to have a drug related psychotic episode and jump out of a window. This is like what they had us thinking. And it's, my husband and I always talk about it. We were scared to death. We were like, drugs are going to make us jump out of the window. It was a very effective campaign. We had to swear in front of a police officer, like, I will never do drugs, and like sign it in front of them and put it in a dare mailbox. Anybody? And now it's funny because, yeah, Amy's like, yeah. And we had the t-shirts, they always had the swag and the bumper stickers and the folders for your notebook at school and whatever. And it was like so effective. War on drugs, Reagan's war on drugs. Okay, but we're going to just say no. So if you're heading down a path you don't like, it's going to be really hard to step away years down the line. So only say yes to, this is the thing, right? So when you say yes to an opportunity that isn't what you really want to be doing, it's not a service you really are interested in providing, and it's not, yeah, totally, Stephanie. If it's a service you're not interested in providing, like Facebook ads or writing marketing emails and other sort of kind of related things that people will ask you to do, or if it's a niche you're not interested in, or like a favor or whatever, then you need to say no, because when you go down a path, even one step in that stepping stone path, you're building results, you're building relationships, you're building industry know-how that's kind of useless to you as you build your business. So only say yes to these opportunities and clients that excite you, that are aligned with your niche. If it doesn't interest you and you don't think it's worthy? Like, how are you going to convince the media? You know, you don't say yes just to get the work. Take a stand for yourself and say no. You know, of course, it's hard to turn down work, but what's the point of saying yes to something that is taking you on a path in the wrong direction, or that you're going to regret or not enjoy down the road? And it, you know, like this path, Nicola said, I said no to 2 prospects recently, not aligned on pricing or values. Huge, huge. That's truly a leadership stance, is knowing when something doesn't align with your values. It's really hard to get behind. Money is like obvious, right? Like, and for sure, I don't want us bending and flexing to work for low. You know, I will tell you, the lowest paying clients, we know this. But man, is it universal, because we finally got our rental property rented and we had to lower the rent, even though it's like fully renovated, it's beautiful, whatever. Great place. And we lowered the rent, and the people that are renting it honestly shouldn't, like, they really shouldn't be there. They can't really afford it, based on, like, personally, I wouldn't want to spend 70% of my income on rent. No. And neither should you. And that's sort of what we're looking at. And they are so freaking high maintenance. So high maintenance. Like, the list of stuff they're asking for, it's like no one's ever mentioned this. They wanted us to change all of the can lights. They're like brand new, nice can lights, because they don't like the warmth of the bulb. They want a different lumens of warmth in the bulb. And I'm like, I put in a new chandelier. They don't like it. It's fine. It's totally fine. But the can lights, like, what? So it's so high maintenance, all the stuff that they're like, you know, they can't hear the ding on the dryer to know their clothes are done. Are you out of your, set a timer? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, are you kidding me? Lowest paying rent, we've charged a lot more, and people leave us alone. They're like happy. It's no big deal. Clients, the exact same way. Don't flex on the price. It's never going to work out. But also, love what Nicola said about values. That's a true leadership stance. You are not going to bend and flex your values to, I don't even care if the budget's there. You can't get behind that. So when you don't go down these paths that ultimately aren't the direction you want to build your business in, you are intentionally building and saying yes to opportunities that will align with your long-term vision and passion for your agency. It's also a way to love the work you're doing long-term, like I do. I'm almost 20 years into my business, and it's a better way to avoid burnout, you know, because you're actually doing work, and the service, who you serve, how you serve them, you love it. You still love it all these years later. So it's a great way to step into that leadership role and avoid burnout. 3 is say goodbye to a reactive mindset. A reactive mindset is powerful, and it'll keep you from fully stepping into your leadership role and taking your agency to that next level. Because when you're stuck in this reactive mindset, you are just responding to what comes your way. No pushback, no boundaries, responding to emails all hours, taking any client work. You're fearful of losing the client, so you're like, yes, we can do that. We can take, you know, we'll do it. No extra fee. Like, we got you. And maybe these things that are coming your way, you're like, well, it's guaranteed revenue, so I should be feeling grateful for the opportunity. You know, maybe it's a client niche you hate. Sure, like, you know, money's money. Or projects that are maybe completely out of your expertise, you're like, I'll be fine, I'll figure it out. Or if it is a total pain in the ass client that ruins your days, and you're like, I'll handle it, it'll be fine. Once they work with me, they're going to simmer down. That's no way to run your agency. You have to get out of a reactive mindset ASAP. And this is a huge part of breaking free from burnout. You know, reactive mindsets breed exhaustion and overwhelm. And we want you to be intentional and strategic and proactive and focus on that way of operating your business. I'm dropping this link to the Burnout Masterclass here because this is also one of the things that we're going to approach is the benefits, the positives that come from being intentional, realizing not everyone gets to work with you like Nicola just did and said, not gonna, not for me. It doesn't matter if you offer the service they're interested in. If they're not the right fit, you're still the one in charge and you make the final decision on that partnership. A lot of times we think like, oh, the client gets to choose us. We're just as much choosing the clients. You're going to be working so intimately with these companies, their, marketing people, the founders, whomever your point of contact is. You get to decide like, this doesn't really feel awesome. Like, I'm not loving this. And you can be intentional in your leadership role and start taking a proactive approach to bringing new clients into your agency. And we're going to talk a lot about in breaking free from burnout, just the positive shifts that you can make, very subtle positive shifts, and the freedom that you can achieve by being intentional and strategic and learning that saying no to something that is not aligned with your values, with your niche, with your expertise, with your passion is actually saying yes to yourself, your family, your business, the way you want to set it up. So yeah, we're gonna dive into that. So I dropped that link there. It's 4, know your value. So again, Nicola said, nope, not aligned on pricing. Your value as an agency owner is far more important than this kind of simple dollars for hours calculation. I know if Nelson is in the subway and he still has internet, he will chime in here. Charging an hourly rate for your services, just know it's going to trap you at your current level. It is discounting the expertise, the contacts, the niche understanding you have. No more dollars for hours. Hi, Chrissy. No more dollars for hours. There are only so many hours in a day, and when you limit your earning potential in this way, you're never going to make it to your next revenue milestone and continue to grow your agency. It's just not possible because in order to make more money, you have to work more. And I want to work less and make more. So yeah, dollars for hours, no. And I will even say projects, don't love. Always scope creep. Switch over. Join me in the retainer pricing revolution. This is the system you need to implement in your business if you aren't already. And if you are, love it. Love this for us. Don't veer away from it. Every now and then you're going to get a client that's like, well, I just need for this event, it's just like a quick, and they never give you enough time and they expect so much. And you're like, I kind of want to do this. Maybe it's like my foot in the door. There's always scope creep. There's always expectations that are not realistically going to be met in a very short project window, only if the budget is really great and accounts for don't ever charge. I knew I was going to get you with this one, Nelson. Don't ever charge hourly. Only if the project is fully aligned. It's a company you really want to work with. It would be an incredible case study and they're paying you enough, and maybe you build in a scope creep safety net for yourself. I would recommend no projects either, but this is like a total rebellion for me against billable hours that I had to live and die by as an attorney. With retainer pricing, your fee encompasses everything you do, not specific tasks and not how long it takes, but it doesn't put a stopping point on the potential that you have, the potential to bring a client into an opportunity that maybe they didn't mention to you, but it's something that will help them achieve their goals and their objectives. You don't want to say no, like I can't pitch them for that because they're not paying me for that. Retainers allow you to provide the best service. I always want you to position it as a positive to clients. You know, if you do it right, clients love it. You know, it's a flat fee. They know what their budget every month's going to be. They know that you are you're folding them into every opportunity. You are just going after results. And retainers attract premium clients with premium budgets. I'm going to repeat that again. Retainer the retainer model will attract more premium clients with premium budgets. And when you use this model, you don't have to tie yourself up with small clients and discounted services and projects that you hate. If you say yes to every little project just to get that revenue coming in, you're not going to be able to develop true expertise in your niche, grow your authority. You will start to be a generalist, and it makes it really hard to establish your authority, become that go-to agency in your niche. And those top tier clients, they will spend the money to get the experts. So it's sort of like what came first, the chicken and the egg. You're going to attract premium clients with a retainer model and being able to provide exceptional service to them. And how can I chicken egg this? You are going to, it's a weird text. You're going to be able to provide that level of service that those bigger clients want, therefore getting more case studies, more results to beef up your case studies, more opportunity to build a team and grow your business outside of dollars for hours. You know, it's just love. So finally transitioned my last hourly client. I feel like this is Chrissy. They were a client I had a long time ago. They feel like they've leveled up by having someone on retainer now, and I don't have to create. Yeah, she doesn't have to keep track of dollars for hours. That's the worst. I've mentioned this many times, but if you are wondering, as an attorney, we're talking like your rate's high, right? So a tenth of an hour, right? So let's say your rate's $500 an hour, a tenth of an hour is 6 minutes. So let's say, what is that? $50 to go to the bathroom for a tenth of an hour, like 6 minutes. You're getting up, you're like, if I can come back within 6 minutes, I don't have to stop the clock. But anything over, you have just lost $50 for your company. And like having to be accountable for bathroom time. Are you kidding me? Forget that. Never again. Like I'm never going to get to that level of like where I don't even want people to know where I am, where I'm working, what I'm doing. Like you don't have to. When you're on retainer, you just get results. You have your scheduled calls. It's just trust. Promise everybody, heart, thumbs up, retainer model. And Nelson says, internet is going in and out. Charging hourly devalues everyone's expertise. Sing it from the back. Okay. Number 5, getting into a flow state in your leadership role. This is like agency owner nirvana. This is where it all comes together. Like you're just humming along. When you're in this flow state, you work in a niche you love, collaborate with clients that you really believe in, that you have a passion for. You're executing work for them. I say projects, anything, services. Hi, Sally. Thank you for the message you sent me yesterday. You are in your zone of genius, right? Like where time just feels like it's flying by because you love what you're doing and you're able to get into that deep work, and you're getting the results you need to take your agency to the next level at the right time when you're ready for it and you have the bandwidth and you have the results to show that you can deliver with those bigger clients. So, and I've coached tons of agency owners who felt that getting into a flow state was kind of impossible or didn't resonate with them. It felt like like even I think it's Chrissy who said trading dollars for hours with a long-standing client. Sometimes it takes some undoing of how you have established things to work towards this approach that will get you in a flow state. And I've worked with dozens of agency owners who felt like it might not be possible for them, only for them to achieve it in a very short time of working together. So this flow state, it's one of the most effective ways to prevent burnout long term. Again with the burnout. When everything flows well, you're wasting wait, what? You're not, I'm missing a word here. When everything flows well, you're not wasting energy on clients and projects that will exhaust you. You're working on things that actually like energize you. The work you're doing feels so good and aligned. I'm going to link it again here, this masterclass. So getting into this flow state, ditch those limiting beliefs, step into a better, healthier agency owner mindset, and get rid of that kind of reactive mindset. Be proactive in building your business. Get out of that day-to-day execution and work on the things you love and delegate the rest. Being your own advocate when clients push for bad ideas or unrealistic expectations or don't treat you appropriately. I have had to I've had to tell clients like the way they treat my team is not okay. The way they've treated me is not okay. I had a client, I'm listening, you guys know I love Mel Robbins. My kids are so mean. One of my sons was like, if Mel Robbins were my mom, I would hurt myself. I'm like, that's a horrible thing to say, but you guys know I love the Mel Robbins podcast, and this current episode is about identifying narcissists, and it's so interesting. Fortunately, I don't have narcissists in my life personally, but I have had clients that are textbook narcissists to control, and I'm listening to this and I'm like, oh my God. And one of my clients fully I was somebody they could control. And until I realized that this is what was happening and I pushed back, and it was like poking the bear, and I eventually had to just be like, I'm not doing that. That's not what we do. Parting ways felt like a 500-pound weight was lifted off my shoulders. Like it was one of the best things that I ever did. And so many good things came from that. The way that this client was sucking the life out of me, it didn't allow me the energy, the passion, the excitement, the bandwidth to work with other clients. Like I had a few, but they were in other industries, and it just wasn't, I didn't have the ability because I was so dampened and, they just weighed me down. So be your own advocate, push back if they have unrealistic expectations, bad ideas, they're trying to control you, and dangle that carrot of more work for more money. That's a big one. Has anybody ever done that to you? They will dangle a carrot and be like, oh, if you do a good job on this, there's potentially more, or we're looking for someone full time, but this is just a little, opportunity to show us what you can do. And it's this carrot. Oh, look at this. Everybody's like, yep, negative energy is the worst. Yes, a narcissist client of mine from years ago took so much work from me to undo the emotional damage. It's awful. Nelson, stick around while you can. We love having you. Yes, absolutely. It happens. So push back. Let go of false narratives that are dictating your worth and charge your true value, and a lot of the narratives are your own limiting beliefs around money and putting that limiting belief on a client. Money represents greed. And if I ask for too much, I look greedy, or it sounds like a lot and the client can't afford it. Let them tell you that, let them tell you. It's always a negotiation. I had a call yesterday, you guys. I am an ambassador for a brand. We had a really good year last year. Super generous compensation. and they want to continue. And they put together a deck, and it really showed the impact that we have all had for this brand. And they wanted us to add some additional stuff. And they didn't, there were two options that we could pursue together. And one at the current rate added some things, but didn't increase the rate. And the other option added a lot and only slightly increased the rate. And so I was like, I flat out was like, let's talk. I know it's kind of like crass, and it's an international crowd. So it was like, I know it's a little crass. Nobody loves talking about money, but let me just ask you this. There's room here in the budget, right? Because I might have thought that the max that they had been giving me was what they were capable of and nothing more. But I know they just showed me the value we've provided, the impact that our partnership has had for them. And I also pushed back the first round because the rate they gave me wasn't what I thought was appropriate. And they flat out were like, this is a starting place. They literally were like, this is a starting place. Doors open. So don't let any of these false narratives or beliefs dictate your worth. Charge your true value, believe in yourself, and know that when you're in the leadership role, you're meant to be there. If you're in this role, you are the leader. You're already there. And I got news for you. Nobody has it all figured out. Nobody has it all figured out. Even Nelson, who might not be on the internet now because the subway's coming in and out. We've been doing this a long time. The industry changes, like pricing changes, our interest in niches, they'll change. The players in the industry, they change. Media contacts move around. Nobody has it all figured out. It's your willingness to adapt and to grow and to say, I'm the leader of this company, and all of you that are here, you're committed to personal development and growth. You have a growth mindset, so we're already on the right path. But nobody has all the answers, and you're just saying, I'm the leader. I'll figure this out. This doesn't feel right to me. You're making those decisions. So you've earned your spot. Believe in yourself. And know that you are in that leadership role that you're always meant to be in. Okay. 6, you got to deep dive and develop that niche expertise. So a lot of newbie agency owners will think that they have to offer more services and they have to work with as many types of clients as possible because that means more opportunities are going to come their way. But that anybody who's been here for any amount of time knows that that is not true, and it's actually the complete opposite. Niche expertise and really focused offerings are what is going to seal the deal with top tier clients. Your dream clients, they want to get the best opportunity. They want the best representative, the expert in their space, and they'll pay a premium, right? This is why you get better clients, because you charge more and they have the budget to work with anyone. And you're like, I am the go-to. I know this space. I know who the players are. They move around, but I have a great relationship, so they're going to come find me when they land and tell me where they are. I know how this industry is changing because this is what I do. And it's like when you have a heart issue, you're not going to go to like a generalist. You're not going to go to a family medicine doctor. You're going to go to a cardiologist, or a cardiothoracic surgeon. Like, you want to go to a heart surgeon, you want the best. You don't mess around, right? So this deep niche expertise, industry authority, credibility, these long-standing media connections, clients want that and they'll pay for it. They'll realize, the right clients are going to realize that that is worth the price, and they're better off spending more to get the best than spending a little and spinning their wheels and having to start over. So you don't have to pick just one niche. You can pursue a few. That's okay. But as long as you're really passionate about them, and this is how we do it. We work with baby and kids, beauty and cosmetics, and lifestyle. It's tended to lean more like health and wellness, gifts, I moved away from certain, niches that I didn't like very much. Like fashion was challenging for me. I didn't love it. I wasn't passionate. Fashion, like wearing clothes, love. But PR for fashion, not my jam for so many reasons. But despite working in all of these different niches, multiple industries, my team and I, we've established our agency Generation as the go-to experts because of our contacts, our passion, our knowledge, and the results we get. So we can show case studies. Look what we did for this client. Here's what they came to us for, goals and objectives. This was our approach. This is the outcome. This is what we teach in Agency Accelerator. Let's get you to a place where you are able to show your impact with your existing clients or past clients' case studies. And I walk you through exactly. We have like a whole masterclass on case studies because I think that it's one of the most important tools in your business for growing and attracting the right clients. Give me a thumbs up. Amen. Anyone still here? Oh yeah, you guys are still here. Have you guys ever landed a client from a good case study or put in a case study in your deck and been like, crushed it, nailed it? Give me a thumbs up, a heart. I think case studies and client testimonials are incredibly impactful, so much so that we did offer this masterclass. Obviously, Agency Accelerator, it's free, it's in there, but it's really important. So we teach it because I think there is a way to do it that is more impactful. Thumbs up for case studies, y'all. Client testimonials, something, anything. So that is also a way that you attract bigger clients and get known as that go-to authority that makes things happen in your space. Number 7, I have 2 more for you. Fully step into your greatness, right? If Kanye can do it, so can you. I liked his music, and now I don't like his, he needs to shut the F up. I'm sorry, but he is responsible for a lot of anti-Semitism. Still with me, awesome. But he can sing about bow in the presence of greatness. You should be honored by my lateness. Like, are you kidding me? Right? Cool. But in our context, no matter how long that you have been running your agency, I know that imposter syndrome can swoop in and leave you doubting your abilities. And I feel it sometimes too. And this is a reframe that really works, is that you should know that imposter syndrome will strike. You'll feel it. It'll rear its ugly head when you're on the cusp of something great, when you're expanding. And it's a sign that you're growing as a person, as a business owner, as the leader of your agency. And you're moving into a new phase of your life, your company, client growth, a new high retainer fee. It's a little scary. You're like, we had a member of our Powerhouse Plus got on and was like, I'm kind of freaking out because I pitched a new client, is actually 2 divisions of a company that she had already worked in. And she's like, I put the rate super high because I know they have the budget, but I also know it's going to be a lot of work. And they went for it. And she's like, now I have to do it. And that was just imposter syndrome. She had already worked with this company. They already respected her. They went with her because they trusted her and respected her. But just because she had a higher rate, she thought that that meant that the service had to blow her old results out of the water. And that's not the case. She gave a proposal and told them what they could reasonably expect, and this is how much it cost, and they went for it. And she just started to feel that imposter syndrome. So when you're on the cusp of something great, growth, that's when it rears its head. And being in a new role, new position, new level, it will come with some discomfort and fear. So think about a reframe on your view of imposter syndrome. Frame that fear as a good thing, because the next time that you start doubting yourself or you think that you're not ready for some opportunity, remind yourself that these feelings, they come up when you are growing, stepping into a bigger role. We talk a lot about this in my Elevate mastermind, this group experience that I have. I'm a certified high performance coach. I have a framework and methodology that I teach that I was trained on. It is a proven, scientifically backed, multiple years of research, proven methodology that will allow you to break free from burnout, live a more energized, more charged, fully engaged life, more passion, deeper relationships, more energy in your body, all of the things that we're all seeking at various times. And that is Elevate. So I just dropped a link to our waitlist right there. You're the leader and you deserve to fully step into your greatness, let yourself thrive. And when you have those feelings of doubt creep up, say, you know what, Jen, good job. You must be feeling this way because you are growing. You are taking a bigger role. You're taking a leap of faith. You are expanding into something that will allow you to grow more in your leadership role, to work even more on the things that bring you joy and happiness and a sense of purpose. And I think that's awesome. I will never turn that opportunity down. It's how I felt when I left law and said, I'm doing this. And I give myself 6 months and I had a runway to do it. And I'm betting on myself. And I know that I will figure it out. I will put in the work. Now it's even easier because if you're willing to put in the work and you have a playbook, a framework to work against, so much easier. I had to figure all that stuff out on my own, but we have all of these resources. You could just be like, tell me what to do and I'm going to go do it. And as long as you know that you're going to keep at it and, failure's not an option. You'll figure it out. You'll adapt. You'll change and grow. Just give me the playbook and tell me the steps and I'm going to do them. And it's like a recipe. Do all of these things. Preheat your oven. Measure your ingredients. Put them in at a certain time. Fold it in instead of over mixing, step by step by step. At the end of it, you're going to get a cake, a light, fluffy cake. That's what we offer here are the frameworks and steps and like whatever little challenge you have, we have an approach, a framework, a tip sheet, you just put in the work, you're going to do it. And out at the end of it, you have these outcomes that you're seeking. It's not that simple. I mean, there are other factors. And Nelson's off the subway, which means he has service, which means he's participating. Welcome, Nelson. Glad you are off. I'm sure you're very cold. But the last tip I have for you, these instincts, you have to follow your instincts. The other part of this is recognizing that you have them, acknowledging that those gut feelings, that's instinct, that is there to protect you. It is there to serve you. And you should not ignore it. And pay attention to it and realize that there's something there to guide you in a certain direction. So if you meet with a potential client and you immediately see red flags, like the person who asked me about the proposal that this potential client wanted them to give without any opportunity to present it, she said it feels ick. That's a red flag. That's an instinct. That is your intuition speaking to you, and you should always listen to it. Doesn't mean you have to 100% follow it, but pay attention to it and say, what is this trying to tell me right now? What's going on here? What do I need to pay attention to? Your intuition is what keeps you on the right track, and it leads you to the opportunities that you are meant to have, and it might also protect you from the opportunities that were not meant for you. If you're feeling something in your gut, you should trust it. It doesn't lie to you. If something feels wrong, then it's time to move the other way. And if it feels right, then go after it. But following your instincts, that's a big part of running your business. It's a big key in success in your business, especially in those early stages, because a lot of times you're just figuring things out as you go. So you want to pay attention to those feelings that you have when you're talking to clients, the directions that you are pulled in when you're considering certain services to offer. Like I will tell you, we were offering social media services, and part of that was the sort of online customer service, customer support, people complaining, and then directing them, having a response, directing them in the right direction. I did not like it because I thought, God, this is going to be a 24/7 proposition. And I love this client and they're asking for this, but I can't go down this path because I don't want to build a business that keeps me shackled to my phone 24/7. It doesn't feel right. It's not why I got into this. So I had to trust myself and say, like, I have to say no. And the client didn't leave. They found someone else to provide that service. They didn't cut our fee, you know. So you have to trust that, following these instincts in the early stages. No, you can't, unfortunately. Maybe I can't see it, but I can check after. Maybe in the comments, show me if you can add a photo here in the comments. I don't know. I'm almost going to wrap up here too. Feel free to email it to me. You can always email me too. But you also, when you listen to yourself more, you're like honing this superpower. You're honing this gift. And the more focused and intentional you are when you're running your agency, that's going to it's like refining a skill that you have. You're saying, okay, this is here for me. It's a very important part of leadership. How can I use this to my advantage? And you start paying attention to it more, and it's going to lead you in the right direction and only serve you in a positive way. So follow your instincts. I'm going to quickly recap. I love talking about this stuff so much. Oh, you can't not do it. Sorry. Okay. The 8 things, how to fully step into your leadership role, take control of your business growth. Let yourself be the expert that you are. Say no. Don't be afraid to say no when something isn't aligned. Say goodbye to a reactive mindset. Be strategic and proactive. Know your value. Don't discount your value for multiple reasons. Try to work towards flow state in your leadership role as you're running your business. You want to dive deep and develop a niche expertise. So you're the go-to authority. You're not trying to learn all the things at all times. Embrace and fully step into your greatness and follow those instincts. Trust them. Listen to your gut. Don't ignore it. I follow this gal on Instagram. I can't remember her name, but she always says, like, I have a degree in criminology and psychology, and I am here to tell you things that will keep you safe. And I don't know if you guys follow her, very beautiful blonde hair girl into fitness, but she talks about multiple ways that you can keep yourself safe in conversations with strangers or walking to your car alone, getting into your car, walking into your home. All of her tips start with trusting your instincts. A lot of times, especially women, we will have that feeling of like, I don't like the vibe of this person walking towards me. But then we'll say, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to upset them or make them think, that I'm judging them. That instinct might keep you safe and might keep you alive and might keep you coming home to your family. It's not about making somebody feel comfortable. You're not feeling comfortable, right? So true. So I look at her tips and I'm always adding stuff to my Amazon cart. I'm like, I need pepper spray and I need a tool to get myself out of a car if I drive my car into a lake. Like, there's no lake here. I'm not driving my car into a lake, but it's just, she's got all these tips and I'm just like, I want to listen to everything she says. And all of it starts with just trusting your instincts. It's there for a reason. A lot of times, the intuition hits we have, we talk ourselves out of it. Potential client like, oh, there's red flags, but I'm just going to ignore him. Let me see. Sorry. Oh boy. Okay, my neighbor messaged. I gotta go get my dog. So that's it for me. Good to see you guys. What'd you think of today? If you like this topic, even remotely, you will love our masterclass on burnout, break free from burnout. I might have mentioned it once or twice on here. Did I copy paste? Here, I didn't. Here you go. Let me just grab a link, sign up for it. It's going to be epic. And of course, if you're interested in our Elevate, high performance group experience, it's awesome, transformational. The changes that I witnessed in our beta group were unbelievable. One of the greatest honors and joys of my career was being in that container to see how people change their lives. I mean, one of our members 4x'd her revenue immediately. It was just, she had the work, she had the results, she didn't have the right frame of mind. And knowing her, what did I say here? Stepping into her greatness, she hadn't done it yet. And we gave her the way to do that. And next thing you know, I mean, she's working with Nike, she is working with mega clients. Be safe, those of you who are in a snow globe snowstorm. I'm going to fetch my pup, and that'll do it. So let me know if you have any questions about break free from burnout. I'd love to see you on. That's going to be next week instead of this. So if you like joining me every Thursday, let's be on Break Free from Burnout, and you will learn some really, truly life-changing, transformational strategies to help you feel more passion, feel more enthusiastic and inspired in your business. You are so welcome. Thank you all for being here with me. And I will hopefully see you next week instead of our live Break Free from Burnout. Join me for that. And I just put a link to our sign up there. So let me know if you have any questions. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.